In this session, we are going to discuss how to implement row level security in Power BI. In last session, we discussed that we can implement the row level security in two ways. And the one way is with the help of, when you go to modeling tab, in the report view, you are seeing a security tab here. There you are seeing manage roles, right? Here we went to the manage roles and we created a role for each region. That is one way of implementing row level security. And in this session, we are going to see other way of implementing the row level security. What is the disadvantage with first way of implementing the row level security? In the first way of implementing the row level security, if we have more number of roles and if you have more number of users, maintaining the roles and maintaining the users is difficult. So this time we will be seeing another way of implementing the row level security. So first of all, at a high level, what a row level security I will explain here. I developed a report which contains all the four regions data. Sales by region, it is showing all the four regions data. Similarly here quantity, sales and product, these are for all the four regions. And here my requirement is this report contains four regions. For the end users, I don't want to show complete data. Based on the requirement, based on that region managers, I want to show that specific region data to the end users or business users. That means I want to show for some business users some central region data, for some other business users east region data, for some business users might be two regions data, central and east. So to share the report like that, we have two ways. One way is you can create the report and you can apply the filter at report level. When you apply the filter at report level, it will filter the data in complete report for that specific region, right? Other way is by using the row level security, you can control it. Okay, we always go with row level security. We never go and create the different reports for different data. So a report will contain complete data, and what we are going to do is with the help of row level security, we are going to share specific data or specific information to the end users. Now we will see how to implement it. So I have orders table. This orders table contains all the four regions data, but our requirement is I need to, this report contains all the four regions data. We need to share the specific regions data for specific business users. For that purpose, what I am going to do here is I'm going to create one table with the name users. That table will contains a region and user principal name columns. So users, in this user principal name column, you can see the users, and in the region column, you can see the regions. For the users, if they need access for so and so region, we will enter in this column, and the users, we will enter in users principal name column. Now what we need to do is we are going to get this table into this data model. I can call it as data model, Power Pivot model, or data set, and I will establish the relationship between users table and this orders table. The common column between these two tables is region column, right? First of all, we will see how to bring this users table into the Power Pivot model. So if you want to get new data source into the Power Pivot model, get data, where you are storing this table, we are storing this data in the Excel workbook. So for easy explanation and for easy access, you can create this users table in database. In general, we will create that in the databases. Now it is there in the Excel, and this is my workbook. Select the workbook. When you open it, it will show the list of sheets that are there in that workbook. Sheets are pivot tables. I am selecting this sheet, and when I select this sheet, I am seeing the data here. The data is not in the structured format. This first row of data is header, so it is not populating properly. What I need to do now, I need to prepare the data. How to prepare the data? In edit queries, you can prepare the data. Select edit to prepare the data. Once you select edit, it will open Power Query editor to transform the data. Now my requirement is I need to move this row to header. With the help of this GUI option, I'm moving first row to header. So once you move the first row to header, load these changes to Power Pivot model. How to load it? Just close and apply. A new table we are loading into the Power Pivot model. I will establish the relationship between these two tables. By end of the session, you will came to know why we added a new table, why we are establishing the relationship between these two tables. You will come to know in a couple of minutes. I am establishing the relationship between these two tables, user table and orders table, right? So the common column between the two tables is region. Orders table region and users table region is the common column, and automatically Power BI identify the relationship as many to many. So correct, order table will contains or records. This region will be there for multiple times. Order table contains customer information. In West region, there might have multiple customers. Similarly, the same customer can do the purchase multiple times. That record will be there. That reason, the region column is many times in the orders table. Similarly, for the same region, multiple user might need the access for the same region. In that case, as multiple users need the same region access, the region will be multiple times in the users table also. Here just observe, user 1 and user 4 needs the West region access. How many times I have region here? I have multiple times. So Power BI correctly identified the many to many relationship between this orders table and users table. Press OK. A relationship established between these two tables. What is the first step we done? We created a user table which contains service accounts, email IDs, and for that service account, which region they need the access, that is there in the region column. And we imported this table to Power Pivot. Once we imported this table, we established the relationship between these two tables based on the common column region. The next one is what you need to do is go to modeling tab, create a role now. Previously, for each region, we created one role. Here, you no need to create multiple roles. All this we are controlling with the help of user table. Here, you just need to create one role. In the manage roles, select it and create a role. This time, I'm going to give this role name as region. Region. And this time, I will apply the filter on users table. Users table add filter on which column? User principal name. So here the value is, I need to pass this value with the help of some function with the name user principal name. We had a function with the name user principal. The DAX function which captures the service account in Power BI service. Service account in the sense email ID. It will capture when you open the report, it will capture the service account with the help of this DAX function. That service account is there in the users table. We will pass to users table. So let us assume I log in with user 4 and I open a report which we developed. We developed a report, row level security report, right? I opened this report with user 4. When I open that report with user 4, this function, user principal name function, will capture that user 4 at nbits.in user account, and it will pass that to user's name. So user's name contains user 4 at nbits.in, and for this user 4 at nbits.in, what access here? You have access to west region, and this west, save it, and this west, from this region table, the west will go to orders table, and it will filter the west region data, and it will show the west region data in report. Okay, so in the modeling we created a single role, and the role name is region. This time I am filtering the data based on users table, and users table contains user principal name, which contains service accounts or mail IDs or user accounts. Okay, so with the help of a function, DAX function, user principal name function, I'm capturing the mail IDs or service accounts in Power BI service. When they open the report, so we created this report, row level security report, which contains 4 regions information. But I need to share only west region information to user 4. If I directly share this report without creating any roles and without creating any user table in the model, that time he can see all the 4 regions data. But here our requirement is, we need to share only one region data for user 4 at nbits.in. For that purpose, what we did, we created a user table. There, for user 4, we given the access to west region. And in the Power BI, in the modeling tab, when we go here, we have an option to create roles. Here, we created a role with the name region, and I filtering that data in the region based on users. So I have a user table which contains users and region. Here, with the help of a DAX function, user principal name, I'm capturing the user account from Power BI service when they open the report. That user account or mail ID I am passing to users table. On which column I am passing that value? To user principal name column. When this, let us assume user 4 logged in and open the report in Power BI service, and what this user principal name will contain now? User 4. That user 4 will pass to user table, and user 4 here, to which region he have the access? West region. Now he have the access to the west region. From here, users table west region filter will pass to orders table, and it will filter the only west region information here. And when he open the report, he can see only west region data. Now we are done with 2 steps. One step is importing the user table into the Power Pivot model. Other step is creating a role here in the modeling tab, creating a role and applying the filter here. Okay, now I'm done with development in Power BI desktop. Now I need to publish this report to Power BI service, and in the Power BI service, to these roles I need to add the users, and I need to test this report whether this report, row level security, which is working fine or not. We will test it in Power BI service. So as I made some changes to the report, I need to save this report first. Go and save this report. Save. Now you can publish this report to Power BI service. This time what I will do is, I will publish this report to user account 3. I already log in with user account 3 AB trainings. I will publish this report to user 3. So how to publish the report? Just select publish button. When you select publish, the report will publish to Power BI service. Here you can go and choose the folder to which you need to publish. I have a folder with the name RLS. RLS. I will publish this report to RLS. Select it. Select it. Now I am publishing my report to Cloud Power BI service. So I am the developer who developed this report, which contains 4 regions data. But the requirement here is I don't want to share the complete data to the end users. I need to share for user 1, I need to share East region data. For user 2, I need to share Central region data. Again, for user 1, I need to share West region data. Totally, user 1 will have East region and West region data. User 2 will have Central region data. And user 4 need to see only West region data. To implement that, I brought this table to the Power Pivot model. I established the relationship between orders table and this region table, and I created a role. Right? So the report published to cloud successfully. Now I will open this report in Power BI service. app.powerbi.com. With the help of app.powerbi.com, the link you need to open Power BI service. We log in with user account 3. User account 3 is the one which I published that report. I'm providing password to this user account. Select sign in. Once you signed in, you can see the list of workspaces we have. To which workspace we published, to which folder we published the report to RLS folder. So once you publish the report from Power BI desktop, you are going to get data sets, you are going to get reports. And when you open this report, as you are the developer, you publish this report, you can see the complete data, all the 4 regions data. When I share this report to the end users, business users, just they want to see subset of data in this report. Okay, many ways you can share the report. With the help of direct sharing, you can share the reports, and with the help of content packs, you can share the reports and dashboards. With the help of apps, you can share the reports and dashboards. Now what I'm going to do here is, with the help of this report, I'm going to create a dashboard. With the help of this report, I'm going to create a dashboard. How to create a dashboard? Just select pin visual, whatever the visuals you need to see in the dashboard, you just pin those visuals to the dashboard. From page 1, I need this visual, sales by region. Select pin visual. As I don't have any existing dashboards in this workspace, I'm going to create a new dashboard, and I'm pinning this visual to new dashboard. Dashboard name is, I will give RLS dashboard. So in this visualization, similarly, go and pin this visualization also. For the existing dashboard, now I am pinning this visualization. Pin this and go to page 2. Pin whatever visualizations you need from this page to the dashboard. Fine. So now go and see your dashboard. This is the dashboard which I created and pinned the visualizations from the report. It contains 4 visualizations, and it is showing, the dashboard is showing complete all the 4 regions information. Now my requirement here is, when I share that report and dashboard with user 4, he just want to see West region data. For that, in desktop, I imported a users table and I established the relationship between these 2 tables, and in the modeling, I created a role and I applied the DAX filter. Now in the Power BI service, I am in the service account 3, user 3. I want to share this report to user 4. Before sharing this report, as we implemented row level security on this data set, what I need to do is I need to add user 4 to the data set. Here you have data sets. Whatever the data sets we have, you can even find it. Here you are seeing a 3 dots. When you select these 3 dots, it will open a menu where you can find security option. Select the security option. When you select this security option, this time you will see only one role, region role. So whoever need the access to the reports that build on top of this data set, this data set, you need to add them to this role. Now for whom I need to provide the access? User 4, right? Enter user 4. Analytics benchmark is the user 4. I'm adding this user to this role. Add the user. Save it. Save it. Now you go to the workspace, RLS workspace, go and share the dataset and report. Sorry, report and dashboard. How to share it? This time we are going to share the report with direct sharing option. Select share and provide the service account whom you need to share. You need to share it to user 4, right? Share it. Similarly, go to the dashboard and share the dashboard for user 4. Okay. Now, when the user 4 logged in to his service account, he can see the report and dashboard which we shared with him. Now I will open this. Okay. I will open service account 4. I will open service account 4. How to open Power BI service? app.powerbi.com. app.powerbi.com. Once you go here, you log into service account 4, providing the password to the service account 4. Sign in. Now you can see the reports that are shared from user 3. I shared the report. So where you can check to whom you shared this report in the access, you can see for whom you shared this. I shared it with analytics benchmark, that is user 4, and the reports you can see under shared with me. Under shared with me, you can see the reports and dashboard shared with you. This is the report and this is the dashboard shared from user 3. Now when I open this report in user 4 service account, just I want to see only west region data. If I implemented row level security correctly, I just want to see only one region data, that is west region data. Go and open the report. Fine, it is working as expected. So in desktop, the report contains all the 4 region data: south, west, central and east. And similarly here also the states for each region it is showing here. The blue color states are for west and yellow is for south and black is for east and red color is for central. But when I published this report to service account 3, and from service account 3 I shared this report to service account 4, user 4, and when user 4 logged in, I logged in with user 4, and when he just seeing only one region data, that is west. For west we provided the access to him. What it is doing here is service account 4, when user 4 shared with me, he can see the report. When the user 4 is opening this report, so this report will capture the service account email id. User 4 at nbitsite.in is the service account, I call it as, and that is the email id it will capture, and that email id it will capture and it will pass to this. In the manage roles, In the user table, we created a function, right? User principal name. It will pass to this user principal name will capture that service account or email ID. Now what we are doing based on this email ID, we are filtering on user principal name column, and user principal name column, when I log in with service account 4, user 4 at nbits.in, this DAX function will get user 4 at nbits.in. Now I am passing it to the users table. Users table I am passing it. So user 4 at nbits.in, this is the column. And for this service account, for which region you have the access? For West region. So from user table, we will take the West region, and from user table in the data model, we are passing that filter to orders table. That West region will go to orders table, and it will filter only West region data in the report. It will show only West region data, right? Similarly, the dashboard which I shared with user 4, there also you can see only in shared with me, you can see the dashboard. There also you can see only West region data. The dashboard, where we developed it, from report only we developed it, right? That report automatically filter that West region data, and the dashboard is also showing only West region data. This way you can implement row level security in Power BI. Now the same user 4, he need the access to central region also. What I need to do? Simply I need to add a region central here. We will be doing it in the database. The database will be having users table. There we will be entering this record central, and for whom I need to provide the access, user 4. Again user 4 at bits.in, right? I created this. Go and save it. Get these changes. I made changes in the table on-premise data source. We call this as on-premise data source. I made changes in the on-premise data source. I need to get these changes to the cloud. I need to get these changes to the cloud. Where that model is, go to service account 3. In the service account 3, RLS is the folder where we publish that report. You are seeing the dataset here. I need to get the updated changes to here. Previously I just have 4 records here. In this I added one more fifth record. That fifth record I need to bring it to the cloud, Power BI service. How can you get it to here? So there should exist a data gateway. Data gateway need to install in the on-premise data source machine, and in Power BI service you need to configure that data gateway. Then this data gateway software will securely get this data from on-premise data source to cloud. So here I already had the data gateway software I installed on this on-premise source machine, the place where Excel is storing. There I already installed a data gateway software, where I can see the data gateway software. In manage gateways you can see that. So when I open manage gateways, there is gateway testing. This is the gateway that installed on on-premise data source. Now what I need to do? I need to create a new source. So I need to add data source. This time select add data source. So what is the data source I am connecting? It is Excel file users, Excel users. I can give it as, and select it as file full path, where that file is located. You can get it from here. In the home, if you go to edit queries, you find data source settings. There you can find from where you are getting this data. So this is the place from where I am getting this users table. Change source, copy the path, complete path, place it in full path. I am giving the path where the users table is presented. Then I need to give the username. What is the username for that on-premise data source? server. It is Sunil and the password I am giving here. At this connection successful. Now I configured the data source. In this data set, if you go to this data set, I have two tables. Both the tables I take it from different path. So I need to configure this one also. This is orders table. I'm taking from some different path. In the service, what I need to do now? I need to add one more data source. So how I can add? Here again, I need to go here. I need to add a data source. This time, again, it's an Excel orders table. Orders table. Select file and full path. Where you can get the full path? Go to desktop. Select edit queries, data source settings, change source. Copy the complete path. Give the full path. Provide username and password. Select add. I added this data set contains two tables. One is orders table, one is users table. Orders table is coming from different path and users table is coming from different path. In the same on-premise server, I installed the data gateway, and that data gateway is this. Gateway testing is the data gateway, and I added data sources here. One is for Excel orders and another is for Excel users table. Now I want to refresh go to RLS. So you want to refresh this data set now. Why I need to refresh this? Why? Because I inserted one more record to this users table. So these changes I need to send it to the cloud. One way is refresh this report and republish it again. So this is manual process. Every time you need to do it. Other way is by installing the data gateway on on-premise servers, by configure it in the Power BI service account, you can schedule it or you can simply refresh it in the cloud itself. Okay. Before refreshing, what I need to do? Go to data set, options. I need to go to settings. In the settings, there is an option called gateway connections. Expand it and select this gateway testing, gateway, and select apply. And select apply. Now go back to RLS, go back to the data set. Now you refresh it. I install the data gateway on on-premise server, on-premise data source, and I configure it in the Power BI service cloud. Now you can refresh it or now you can schedule refresh it. Now I will refresh it. Now I will refresh it. Lastly, it was refreshed on 6/7 p.m. Now when I refresh, it will get the updated data to the data set. It is trying to refresh. It is trying to fetch the data from this Excel. We entered the new record, right? It is trying to fetch that record to Power BI service. So now see the time. It changed. Now this report I shared with user 4. Here in the user table for user 4, I'm giving central region access again. Now if you go to user 4, if you go to shared with me, refresh here, go to shared with me, I'm seeing the reports and dashboard, right? Now if I open user 4, need to see I'm logged in with user 4. User 4 have access to two regions now, west region and central region. Now in the service account 4, when he opened the report, he need to see two regions. Just observe. Still he is seeing only right. Fine, we got it. West and central. You have the access to west region and central region. What it does, when you open the report, share with me, when you open the report, that time it is capturing with this DAX function, it is capturing the service account or email ID. That email ID we are passing to this table. So user4 at nbits.in. So here it is matching, here it is matching. In the both the places we have west and central. That means he had access to west and central. These two west and central regions, they are moving from users tables to orders table. In the orders table, it is showing west region and central region, and the report is showing the data. Okay. Similarly, when he open the dashboard also, he can see the two regions data now, as he have the access to the two regions. Here you are seeing central and west. Here also central region states and west region states you are seeing here. These are west region states, these are central region states. Go and open the dashboard also. Here also you are seeing only central and west region. Central and west region. This way you need to implement row level security in Power BI. First way is in the home, we created in the modeling managed roles, we created different roles for each region, and we added the users in Power BI service. In the second way, completely we are controlling with the help of users table. So this way of implementing row level security is easy when compared to creating multiple roles and adding the users to roles. There, tomorrow I have 100 or 200 roles. I want to remove the access to a so and so users. I need to check all the roles where that user is located. If it is in the users table, simply if I write select statement, I can find it easily where that user is located. If I want to remove the access, I can write a delete statement, I can remove the record. But there, it is difficult to identify where that user is located, in which role, and it is difficult to manage the roles and manage the users in that first way. Okay, I'm stopping here. This is the second way of implementing the row level security. Fine, thank you.